And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream where I answer your questions about cell phone plans live and try to help you save the most amount of money possible. We'll also talk about phone deals and discounts if you're curious about them or anything else in the telecom space. We have to welcome so many friendly, smiling faces here in the chat today. We have Chits Polka 9921 finally. Man Meat 2577, yo, great to see you here. See, feels like it's been forever. What is up? Yeah, I know. Last week I had family in town, so I wasn't able to make it, but we're back. So excited to be talking with you all. Sunkissed 6220, new phone, who dis? Great to see you here in the chat. AT Shields, great to see you as always. Jeremy, hello. Hi, 10 minutes later. Monday Dog Day. Yeah, I like that. TX Republic, Apple Store employee, told me to order my products online on their education section of their store. So you save about $100 on iPhone and more for Macs. Doesn't ask for college credentials either. Yes, that is true. The Apple education site is very generous in terms of who is eligible for discounts. And if you are, I encourage you to take advantage of it. If you are not a student, I encourage you to, I don't know. Well, I'll just show the site on screen basically. This is Apple's education store, and you do get, I think it's around maybe $100 or $150 off many different types of products. This can include tablets, laptops. I think the laptop ones are especially good. But sometimes other products will qualify as well. And it's just a great way for students to get something at a little bit better of a price. There is also, and this is one of the key reasons I forgot to mention in my video on why you should purchase your phones directly from Apple. And it's Apple, they have a military discount. So Apple has their own veteran and military store, and you get a 10% discount, okay? That is huge. This is going to be better than what Verizon offers, what AT&T offers, what T-Mobile offers. And you can often do, I think, the trade-in deal through Apple and also qualify for this discount. Of course, if you want to save the most amount of money and you're watching me here on YouTube, then I'm going to say the move is to do Apple's trade-in program. Take advantage of this military 10% discount if you are eligible, and then go with an affordable prepaid plan, such as those from US Mobile or Visible or Total Wireless, or any of the low-cost plans, such as Helium Mobile, Red Pocket's new AT&T plans are pretty good, or even Mobile X if you're looking for something custom. So, yeah, just a couple instant way to start off the live stream and help you save some money. Big Tank 77, hello, great to see you there. Voodoo, great to see you. I feel like your username used to be Voodoo1013, so curious about that, but great to have you here. Carson Wolf, hello. I will mention we are streaming right now through a service called Merge Wi-Fi. So Merge Wi-Fi sent over their product for me to test out, and you bet that is exactly what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and close that. Right now, we are live streaming off of, gosh, I'd really like to, why Merge Shop, I guess. Here we go. We're going to block notifications. It is this. We are streaming off of the Merge Wi-Fi Max. So this is a cellular 5G device. You can either get the 4G or the 5G one. They sent over the 5G one. You can get an unlimited data plan, and it has a SIM card that can connect to any network, AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon. And yeah, you can use it as home internet. So that is what I'm using right now. Curious again about the stream quality. If you guys notice any slight dips or anything, yeah, just kind of curious how it works. But yeah, you can see the supported bands here. A very comprehensive 5G band support, which is excellent. A great selection of LTE and WCDMA bands as well, and pretty good performance from what I can tell. So yeah, and thank you to Merge for sending this out. All right, what do we got going on in the chat? Oh, my friend Austin's here. Austin, great to see you here. Interesting, 10% is standard. TX Republic, my stepdad was in the Air Force, gets the military discount. I'm jealous. Yeah. I mean, we appreciate his service, and definitely nice for companies to kind of offer a military discount for those eligible members. Ruben Rodriguez, thinking about buying the Poco X7 from Amazon. Will it work on US mobile? Ruben, that is a great question. I think candidly, you may want to reach out to US mobile, but let's go ahead and pull this up. I think it may depend what network you use it on. So, my understanding, in terms of networks, the T-Mobile network is the most welcoming when it comes to different devices and device types, okay? They will allow many different types of devices on their network. I think AT&T is more restrictive, and Verizon may be the most restrictive. Verizon, I think device manufacturers actually need to submit their device or go through some sort of certification process in order to be on the Verizon network. So that's how come, like, for international people who travel to the United States, often AT&T and T-Mobile tend to work a little bit better. I would say T-Mobile likely the best. For you, hopefully, Ruben, the stream isn't too bad. For you, yeah, we have GPRNE saying only on Lightspeed. You'll probably have the best luck on US Mobile Lightspeed. We also have some reports coming in saying the stream is glitching, so I apologize for that. Gabriel also saying the stream is glitching. Hopefully, it is okay. This is technically streaming on T-Mobile, so it should be somewhat comparable to the T-Mobile home internet experience. But definitely good to kind of have these notes and all that. We do have a question. Also, Ruben, I hope that was helpful. The bottom line is US Mobile Lightspeed is what you want. So when you go to sign up, just make sure you select that Lightspeed network. US Mobile, actually, speaking of them, has a discount. Arthur's saying 0 issues. That's good. Stetson, have you been to the Big Apple? Do you mean New York City? When you say Big Apple, the first thing that comes to my mind is the famous Apple store in New York City. It's the glass cube. Give me images. Yes. Apple on 5th Avenue. This is what comes to my mind. Just that glass cube. Such a cool store. Iconic. Iconic, in my opinion. This is like, isn't there some brand that does like glass pyramids for their store? Just really iconic. Yeah, I've been to New York. It's a hustling, bustling city. That is for sure. That is for sure. Voodoo, no glitches here. That's great to see. Stream is fine. It only freezes for a second, but back to normal. Okay. I'll definitely rewatch it. Keep me posted in the chat if you see any issues or hiccups. I did a speed test before this, and let me go ahead and see if I can throw that on stream. Hide this, add this, and share this. So this was, I know I wish I could use my own app, but this was the speed test I got immediately before the stream just to see what performance was like. Got 229 down and 38 up. You'll notice, though, the upload, it actually started out quite slow, around 5 to 8 megabits per second before it ramped up to that 38 megabits per second. So unfortunately, we are relying pretty heavily on the upload here. If there are any issues, that is likely why. But T-Mobile network overall pretty good in terms of download performance and definitely sufficient for my needs for home internet here. All right, we have a couple super chats coming in. Min, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Which cell provider for area code 78102 is the best, or would you recommend? Min, I'm also curious who your current provider is. But yeah, to check this, again, you can consider using the free app, coveragemap.com, free website that we made to help users compare coverage. And this is actually now updated with the latest FCC data. So we now have data as of June 2025 on the maps, completely browsable. Here it is on the stage. And we have a really cool coverage search feature as well. We'll take a look at everything here. But Min, to answer your question, we are going to 78102, probably, Texas. All right. Let's see what we have cooking here. Immediately taking a look, Dish and US Cellular out of the question. So it's between the big three. Wow. That's crazy to me. We must be missing Verizon data. That's the only thing I can think of. So coverage-wise, AT&T 100%, T-Mobile 91.5, Verizon 99, AT&T 102.3 megabits per second for the median download speed. T-Mobile 371.2, that's awesome. Verizon 9.6. That might be the slowest median download speed I had ever seen. But either way, reliability 9.1, 9.64, leaning towards AT&T or T-Mobile right now. Of course, we got to go check coverage percentages. I mean, T-Mobile technically saying they have a little bit less, but if we look at the coverage percentages here, they're roughly matching the the great and good coverage percentages. So very likely they're going to be neck and neck. And again, we have that download speed and upload speed. AT&T 18.3 up is impressive. So kind of leaning towards AT&T. Let's go ahead and launch this map and see what we have cooking. So I was just looking in San Francisco. Punch in your zip code 78102. Beeville, Texas. All right, flying in here. This has got to be the Verizon speeds. Oh, interesting. Well, this is best latency. Hang on. We're looking at best carrier. Let's go ahead. Let's just do one at a time. Let's do AT&T. So it looks like, I mean, these are fast speeds. Let's quickly pop off this one. Done. 100. Wow, almost 1,000 down. That's great to see. Seems like AT&T has rolled out their 5G Plus network here, which is fantastic. Great speeds, good performance. Okay, I'm liking that. If we go ahead and swap to T-Mobile, similar story, 5G UC, 300, 400, 121. Okay, seems pretty good. Kind of sparse data, to be honest, in this area for us. Verizon. All right, what is Verizon saying? How did we get 9? 69, 140, 140. It actually seems reasonably good. Not 100% sure how come we got 9 as the result, but along the highway, it seems fine. I think in this area, based on the results, AT&T is probably going to be best. And that's probably what I would lean towards. And again, if we pop into the signal strength view, this is updated. All right, we're looking at C-Spire. Let's get back to AT&T. This has been updated with the latest FCC data set. So we're looking at the latest data set here. And again, you can toggle between LTE, 5G, and all. I think all is probably the best. Looks like AT&T, really robust coverage in the area. Popping over to T-Mobile. T-Mobile saying their coverage is a little bit less, kind of in these outskirt areas, and Verizon just blanketed. So if I'm in your shoes, I'm probably going on AT&T, man. I think that's going to be the best value and probably the best overall experience. T-Mobile likely a very close second. So hopefully that is helpful. All right, moving on. We do have some more super chats coming in. TX Republic. Today is my birthday. Oh my gosh, TX Republic, happy birthday. I hope you are doing well. And this live stream will dedicate to TX Republic to celebrate his birthday. Always love hearing your opinions and new plans. Keep up the great work. Yeah, no, thank you. Really appreciate it. And hope you're having an amazing birthday. Congratulations. Ruben coming back with another super chat. Just double checking, if I buy a phone on back market or swap it and it is locked to Verizon, I can use it on US Mobile Warp Speed. Correct. Ruben, I don't want to give you any inaccurate information here. I would strongly encourage you to purchase an unlocked phone. I think that's what I would say. What do we have? Do people in the chat know this? Can provide Ruben with a more accurate information? I feel like sometimes the answer is yes, but Ruben, if I'm in your shoes, I'm buying unlocked. I don't want to be worried about that, even if there's a discount. What up, DoFam24? My mom is on AT&T paying $200 a month for 2 lines in Michigan. What is the best alternative you'd recommend? Less than $25, Mint Mobile or something else? What up, DoFam? Fantastic question. Really, what it comes down to for me in recommending phone plans, my number one priority is to give you a great experience that you're already familiar with. In the case of your mom, it sounds like your mom is on AT&T, so likely the AT&T experience is pretty good. So from there, I'm looking at the best value AT&T plans. In my opinion right now, let's just go to plans. we're going to go ahead and pop the coverage onto AT&T. I can make this a little bit bigger so everyone can see. Let's go ahead and hit the price around $20, I think should be good. And we'll get some good options here. So if you can handle the annual upfront cost, US Mobile Unlimited Starter Darkstar is going to be a great option, right? It's going to cost $22.50 per month. I think this promo unfortunately has ended, so I need to update the website. They're actually, wait, speaking of US Mobile, they are running a new promo starting in 14 hours. So this is another early look. It is the sweeter deal. So this is actually so convenient. Unlimited annual will be interesting. $270 up front, which is going to be that $22.50, and then you're going to receive a $151 prepaid card at activation with code SWEETER119. Or you can get a sweet deal of $149 at checkout with code SWEET149. And this is available for all networks, so that's pretty cool to see. First year only, and then auto renews at the regular price, and port-ins are Darkstar only through 12/19. But that is, so Darkstar is the AT&T network there, and that could, make the effective cost of the plan a little bit lower. Either way, let's just assume it's the full price, $270 up front. It's a great value, unlimited high-speed data, 20 gigs of hotspot, 4K video. You could also do $20 tax included for 10 gigs of shared data. For 2 lines, you could have the same 10 gigs and it'd be $28, and that's pretty affordable. In terms of some other options, we got to give a shout out to Red Pocket, you guys. Red Pocket just updated their AT&T plans. I'm surprised to say this, they're actually pretty good. $20 a month plus tax. You're getting 20 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited data at 256 kilobits per second. And this is priority. I was actually testing it out here on my Pixel phone, checking that QCI value, and I was seeing QCI 8, and that's going to be priority data on the AT&T network, the same as a postpaid subscriber. And this is month to month, which is really, really nice. And 20 gigs is some of the most data at this price point. You can see Free Up Mobile, they're doing an annual plan that's 15 gigs, probably not worth it. US Mobile, even less data, $20 for 10 gigs. But US Mobile has that great experience, and this can be shared. Quickly looking at some other options here, and wow, this drops down to 5 gigs, so that's not great. 1 gig, sheesh. Is that really all the options? Hang on, let's do some more prices. Let's do like maybe these. I'm just trying to see. Kind of depends how much data I think your family needs, but I'm in your shoes. Yeah, these are all not great, in my opinion. Is the $15 price point any better? No, I don't think so. Yeah, if I'm in your shoes and you want to pay month to month and you don't need hotspot, I think Red Pocket is actually going to be a really great option, right? 20 gigs priority, 4K video streaming, no hotspot. That's awesome for $20. After taxes and fees, it'll be a little bit more. If you wanted to, again, go with that unlimited option, US Mobile is going to be a really great value. And if you can do the 25 monthly, then you can get US Mobile Unlimited Starter for that monthly rate. And I think this is another great option. It's going to be deprioritized, but it is truly unlimited data, and you're getting hotspot now. So that's definitely worth looking into. If you did want something on a different network, Mint is going to be fantastic. Again, I was just using, that was the AT&T network, using US Mobile and Red Pocket because they're great on AT&T. On T-Mobile, Mint is going to be fantastic. Their unlimited plan is on promo right now, so definitely worth checking out. Helium Mobile Air could be a good option as well, although candidly, well, I'd say Helium, if you're paying month to month, probably a decent option. If you're willing to go with that annual one, then Mint Mobile's Unlimited is phenomenal, right? And this is actually going to end just a couple of weeks. Okay, the internet offer ends soon, but in January, this is when the offer ends. $15 a month for unlimited. Really can't be beat. So what up, Doe fam? I hope that is helpful. Again, just based on you having AT&T, I think I'd lean a little bit more towards US Mobile or Red Pocket. And to show you quickly that shared data plan, right? You just go to plans. You can do by the gig. Let's say you need, you have 2 lines and you want 10 gigs of shared data, $28 total, tax and fees included. If you want 20 gigs of shared data, that'd be $43 and comfortably below that $25 a month price point you're trying to hit. So I hope that is helpful. Walking on wires. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Sounds like a very dangerous activity. Just switch from Verizon to Google Fi. Verizon is now offering $25 a month for 4 lines and free smartphones. Should I go back? That is a great question. Man, it pains me to say this, but the 4 lines and the free phones is really a good value. Now, I'm not a fan of this for a couple of reasons. Number one, the credits are applied over 3 years, so you will be stuck with Verizon for 3 years. We're not stuck, but you'll be getting the phone credits over 3 years, so you will not want to leave. If you did choose to leave, you'd have to pay off all the devices. That would be very expensive depending on when you moved. Number two, it is on the entry-level plan. So Verizon Unlimited Welcome. For 4 lines at $25 a line, that's a fine value, but you can get better plans from other carriers, right? Notably, I think Visible is going to be the best alternative, especially with Visible's current promo, right? And this is just basically talking about plan features here. So Visible Plus, $26 a month, unlimited premium data as opposed to being deprioritized, unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second. Like, it's just such a better plan. But the thing is, walking on wires, you're getting the free phones if you go to Verizon. And Visible, they are sure not going to give you a free phone. Like, yeah, you can grab $400 off a Pixel 10, or at one point they had a free iPhone 14 here, but that's often with the Visible Plus Pro plan, so it's more expensive. So yeah, unfortunately, for me, it's not unfortunate. It's great for everyone. Verizon's being super competitive, and yeah, it's just, this is a fantastic deal. 4 iPhone 17 Pros on us, no trade-in needed. This is actually probably the best deal in the industry right now, okay? Getting new phones and paying $25 a line is phenomenal. I don't want to say it. I'm trying to help people save money, switch to off the big carriers, but in this case, it is phenomenal. Again, you do have to be with 4 new lines on Unlimited Welcome with AutoPay. What do you get with Unlimited Welcome? I think that is important to discuss. Again, it's that entry tier plan. Not happy about it being the plan that is eligible for the discount, but either way, it's going to be $65 a month. You will get unlimited high-speed data. It's up to 1.2 terabytes and then unlimited at 4 megabits per second. You really don't need to worry about that. I don't even know why I put that there. Basically, unlimited high speed. It is going to be deprioritized, and the hotspot is an add-on. That said, the add-on is quite good. So if we go back to Verizon's site, let's just do mobile plans. And if we scroll down, we will get the add-ons here. The add-on I am looking for is the hotspot. Boom. So the add-on is actually quite good. You get 100 gigs of hotspot for $10 a month extra. Honestly, not bad. So $35 for the line that needs hotspot. 480p video streaming, kind of a bummer, but you can upgrade that to 4K simply by using a VPN. $15 to add a watch line, $20 to add a tablet line, and some not great international features, really just international texting, and then 2 gigs a day in Canada and Mexico. Still, the free phones make this deal phenomenal, and no matter how you price it out, it's going to be way more affordable. If you think about it, right? iPhone 17 Pro is going to be $1,100, and you're dividing that over 36 months. That's going to be $30 a month. That did I just do that math right? Wait, hang on. We got to double check that. That makes everything basically free for 3 years, which is nuts. So we're hitting Apple's website. We're going to shop iPhone. We're shopping the iPhone Pro by, oh my God, 17 Pro from $1,100. That's crazy. So Verizon is $1,100 divided by 36 months, $30.55. So Verizon is giving each line $30.55 in credit towards the phone, and the service is only $25 a month. Yeah, that can't be beaten. That cannot be beaten. Think about it. If you were to go with, let's say you went with Visible, you'd be paying $26 plus the $30.55. You'd be at $56 a line for 3 years, and Verizon, you're at $25 a line. for 3 years. Yeah, no, go with Verizon. It's so good. It's so good. Should I get my family to switch? Like, Big Bad Bunny God, thank you so much for your super chat. Video idea, best phone plans for your mom. That's really funny. It probably would be helpful, I'm sure. And a lot of people would watch. Best phone plans for your kid. Why not best phone plans for your mom? You know, it's what is it? The boomers, some generation, they need both. They need plans for their kids and they need plans for their parents, and they're managing everything. So you're absolutely right. Insane for Danity Kane 3. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. I have an iPhone 6S. Wow. Getting some great lifetime value out of that phone. Should I get a new phone before switching to a Darkstar plan? Which one has the best QCI? Also, which would be the next best iPhone? Insane for Danity Kane 3. Man, I would say, let me think about this. I would say yes, you should get a new phone first. And why would I say that? I would say that because the new iPhones are eSIM only. And I think it will be a better experience for you. Like, let's say you upgrade, you change your plan, right, with your current phone. Well, you would have to get a physical SIM card, shipped to you, wait for that. Then you'd use your current phone until you got your new phone, and then you need to transfer your physical SIM to eSIM. I think if you get your new phone first, doesn't have to be like the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but just using this as an example, you get your new phone first, it's eSIM only, you can go ahead and activate it on eSIM, get it all set up, and your number transferred in one fell swoop. So I'm in your shoes. I would probably get the phone first. In terms of your next question, what would be the next best iPhone? This comes down to personal preference. What I think is currently the best value in terms of price, performance, and features is going to be an iPhone 15 Pro. Now, why the iPhone 15 Pro? The iPhone 15 Pro, let's go ahead and pull this up. I'll show you some different options here. The iPhone 15 Pro has a triple camera setup, and it has USB Type-C, and it is the oldest iPhone that supports Apple Intelligence, okay? So this means, it sounds like if you're rocking an iPhone 6S today, you're likely someone who likes to get a good amount of use out of your phone. You like to keep it for a while. I think having Apple Intelligence, even though it sucks major, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. It's bad today. I think in the future, it could be really good, or has the potential to be good, or at least suck a little bit less. Either way, this is what you might consider. This is starting at $485 on back market, and they would accept a trade-in if you wanted to trade in your phone. Again, that's $485 for the fair condition. You can do good for $512, or you can do excellent for $535. You can select your storage option. And what's nice is these are all refurbished phones. It's going to come with 80% battery capacity or more. And again, you have that option to trade in your device. The other site that I love to recommend or suggest people check out is Swappa. This is a little bit different. I was actually doing research between Swappa and back market, trying to understand the differences. So here we have $470. So that's actually pretty similar in price, right? For the 485, 470, yeah, a little bit less, but this is, again, that fair condition, 80% battery health. Not really any good pictures of the screen. Like, it looks like it doesn't have scratches, but okay, here we go. I'd say fine, looks fine. What's interesting, so Swappa is basically a marketplace of all the different sellers, and the, dang, damage description. Large, deep scratches or swirl marks. That sounds awful. Get me out of here. Let's go to like at least a good condition. 515, yeah, so very similar in pricing. Anyway, Swappa is a marketplace of all of these different sellers. Some of them are refurbishers that we're looking at now, which is, I think this brand is Phone Check. Yeah, and Phone Check is going to have its own return policy and, or excuse me, Supplytronics. They're doing free shipping, 60-day returns, and they've certified it. Other sellers are going to have different policies. So, you just got to be mindful of that. And for sellers such as this, the photos might not be of the actual device. Instead, what they're trying to illustrate here is typically the device quality. Okay, just what condition it's going to be in terms of, are there any scratches on the frame, on the side? It kind of looks like this has some light marks on the top here. And that's worth keeping in mind. With back market, one of the big differences here is actually their warranty. So you get free returns until January 31st for all devices you purchase, and all back market devices are coming with a 1-year warranty against defects. Now, this is not going to include battery degradation or any drops or accidental damage, but if something like your screen stops working and there's no drops or anything like that, it would be covered by a warranty, and that's kind of nice. But either way, you're looking at, I don't know, maybe $600 for a phenomenal iPhone. This is probably what I would pick as like best value. And I hope that's helpful in terms of, getting a new device. If you have the money for it and you want to go all out, I personally have the iPhone 17 Pro and I love it. I actually think I might keep this one for a while. Granted, I say that now. Someone check me in 12 months, see if I upgraded to the 18 Pro, I guess is what we're going to be on. But it feels awesome and I love it. So definitely recommend. All right, I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions there. Jordan coming in with the super chat. Thank you so much. I upgraded my mom from an iPhone 10 to a 15 Pro Max for Christmas. You are so kind. That is such an incredible thing to do. And yeah, the 15 Pro Max, again, just in my opinion, hitting that sweet spot in terms of value, performance, and features. You're getting the action button. You're getting great cameras. You're getting Apple Intelligence. You're getting USB Type-C. You're going to be set for a while. Now, I do think that the iPhone 17 Pro, awesome camera upgrades, fantastic phone, great thermal performance, super fast. I personally do like having that camera control. It's kind of weird, but mostly because I log food. And so I take a lot of pictures of everything I eat so I can log it. And having that camera control right there, super nice. Granted, you can also do that with the action button. So I can kind of show you quickly here. With the action button, this is what I have mine set to, and you can basically create your own shortcuts to, you can tell I'm using the Logitech webcam just for how not in focus this is. But you can use that to quickly launch a camera app. In my case, I have the Halide app at the bottom here. You can just tap it and then bam, you're taking a picture. And there you go. So I hope that, so yeah, you're incredible. 15 Pro, I think, is a great phone, and the Pro Max. Got to switch to iPhone continuity camera. Max, considering that's a Pixel phone, the volume of phones and iPhones that I have, you might be onto something. It might be time. The thing is, the Logitech camera is not bad for this specific shot. Like, this is fine. And it's nice just having it built in there. No screen protector or case needed, LOL. Ernesto, yeah, you clocked me. I have been, if I go skiing, I'm popping a case on this, okay? Trying to fumble around with your phone on a ski lift when it's cold outside and you're holding a device that becomes cold aluminum and glass, incredibly slick, especially when your hands are cold. So I throw a silicone case on here when I go skiing, but every other day I'm rocking it caseless and no screen protector, which is bold and possibly dangerous, but I am protected. I'm using US Mobile phone insurance. What do I even Google for this? Here we go. I got US Mobile's phone protection. So I'm a customer, and basically it's like Apple Care, but cheaper. And so it's US Mobile Protect. Basically matches Apple Care in a lot of ways in terms of damage repair, deductibles, things like that. And I ended up getting it for $36 for the first year. And so I was like, yeah, for less than the cost of a case, I am happily going to spend that. And it even includes theft and loss, which is insane. So that's how come I'm rocking it with no case. Also, quick check, how is the stream quality right now? Again, we're streaming live over Merge Wi-Fi on the T-Mobile network. What's really cool about this product, can't remember if I mentioned it, it is using all three networks. And the way it works is the device will actually run a check when you first boot it up. It'll check the T-Mobile network, then it'll switch. It'll check the Verizon network, and then it'll switch. It'll check the AT&T network. And based on its on-device measurements, it'll pick the best network in your area and then lock onto that. So we're on T-Mobile right now, and here we go. Max is saying it buffered a little bit, but groovy quality from Steve. Laloud is saying good, awesome, great quality, perfect. Big Tank is saying freezing off and on. Interesting. Big Tank, I wonder if that's on your connection or my end. A couple of stutters. Interesting. Where to get an iPhone 17 for the cheapest price, taking into account the cost of the service plan. Dear Majesty, do I have a Google Sheet for you? Let me pull that up. Drive. I don't have the 17 done yet, but actually I don't want this one. I want iPhone 17 Pro Max deals. One of the many projects I have started and not yet completed, but that is okay because we are here on the live stream and we can show it off for you to take a look. So let me quickly shuffle this around, share screen. I should really just like start sharing a window or something. Bam. Okay, so here's a spreadsheet I made. Forgive me, I am zooming in on the incorrect tab here. Perfect. Let's get this out of the way. And let's go ahead and group by lines. Perfect. And then our total should be sorted A to Z. Awesome. So, Dear Majesty, sounds like you're one line. You're looking for an iPhone 17. Naturally, I have done this for the 17 Pro Max. So this is not going to give you the accurate numbers, but will likely show you the same order. Okay, that's my thinking, because if you think about it, most of the time you're getting a free phone from the carriers. You have to buy it outright if you go with a prepaid carrier. But the order, like the pricing will likely be off here, but the order of which is the best value will likely be similar. You can also see we're looking at some Pixel 10 deals from a couple streams ago. But the bottom line here is Red Pocket Annual. Here we go. I mean, see all of these: US Mobile, Mint Mobile, Visible, Mint, US Mobile, Visible, US Mobile, Pixel on Swappa, US Mobile with the deal, Red Pocket's annual plan. The bottom line is getting a plan. Look, Visible comes in at 30, 35. Oh, I'm doing it. Got it. Visible's plan with their current promotion comes in at $1,855. Okay, and then we have Red Pocket, US Mobile again. This is the 50% off Visible Plus Pro promo, which is sadly ended. That was so good. Wow. But the bottom line, if you're getting a cell phone plan that's around $26 a month, it is often cheaper to buy the phone outright and then go with that plan. The exception is the Verizon deal we covered earlier, right? If we just go to Verizon's site, this promotion for 4 lines is insane. If you have 4 lines, 100% do this. It's such a good value. But if you do not have 4 lines and you have 1 line, then going with a prepaid carrier is so much better. You can see for the Pro Max model, $1,855 with the Visible Plus deal that's going on, okay? You get to AT&T right here, okay? $2,692. So that is, here we go, $1,800, $2,600, probably $800 cheaper over the 3-year period. And the reason I'm doing 3 years is that's how long most of the carrier financing deals are. But yeah, it just gets more expensive from there. Verizon's promo, $2,700, AT&T, $3,000, T-Mobile, $3,200, right? It just keeps going up. And this depends on what plan you're signing up for from the big carriers and what device you're trading in as well. But I think, Dear Majesty, to get the iPhone 17 at the cheapest price, high probability it'll just be grab an affordable plan and then do the trade-in through Apple, right? And that'll give you the best rate. So I hope that is helpful. And if you wanted to do the calculations, let me just share this sheet in the chat. It should be public. But basically all I'm doing here is I'm just saying what the deal is, the plan is, how many lines you have. I add up the total discount. So this is if you're getting a discount on the service, if you're getting a discount on the phone, enter that total discount here. If you do a trade-in with Apple or you're selling your device, enter that discount here. And so if you're doing it through a carrier, I did 1,100 and 0. But if you do it through Apple, it would be like $225 for 50% off Visible Plus Pro, and then $370 for the trade-in in this example. And then do the full price for the plan cost per line. And that'll give you your net 3-year total. So, oh, and you also have to enter the phone cost as well. But anyway, this sheet is available. It's free. So I hope that that is helpful. I think that's going to be the move. I say this. Abs are king, 99. I was reading this as abs barking for a little bit there, but abs are king 99. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Is it better to use the T-Mobile plan or run a dual SIM with Visible and US Mobile, since T-Mobile is stronger here, but Verizon helps sometimes? If you are looking for a dual SIM setup, man, I'm gonna have to like add this as a website to figure out what is best. Let me go ahead, stop this one, not click that button. Let's go ahead and share the screen again. This time window, we'll pop this guy back there. That is such a good question. So you really have two options in my mind. Let's walk through this. Option one, build your own combo. And with that, you're gonna be doing Mint Mobile, $15 a month for your first year, okay? $15. Next, you're going to want Visible. I mean, you could go US Mobile, okay? But I think Mint is going to be better on the T-Mobile network, especially for this first year. $15, and then you go Visible. Let's say you go Visible Plus. That's probably what I would do. If you are using it as backup, you could potentially get away with Visible Base. But honestly, I think for the $7 extra, Visible Plus might be worth it. So 26 and 15. All right, $26 plus $15. You're rocking $41, okay? US Mobile, what would you be able to do? You could do... Damn, are they still doing this promo? This is nuts. Oh, 3 hours left on this one. Does the other one start really soon? Is that why? No, 14 hours. I guess there's a little bit of time with no promo. Don't buy your plan then. US Mobile, you could do... All right, dual SIM. You want T-Mobile. You could do unlimited starter. Let's just do everything full price monthly for comparison. Unlimited starter would be $25. It's not going to come with all the features though, right? US Mobile unlimited starter light speed, 70 gigs high speed, probably, you know, plenty for your needs. 10 gigs of hotspot, 4K video streaming. This is actually a little bit nicer than Mint's plan because you're getting the 4K video. Mint, to their credit, did just double the hotspot to 20 gigs though, and that's pretty compelling. Both are deprioritized, so no difference there. But 70 gigs of high speed, hopefully that's enough for your needs, especially if you're doing a dual SIM this. And then you could add in Verizon. That'd be $10 extra, $35. So a little bit cheaper, $6 cheaper. But really, you're kind of capped at that 70 gigs. So the question is, how much data do you need? Are you good with 70 gigs, or do you need more? I think US Mobile, nice experience, easy to do the dual SIM, but man, the other promos, I mean, you're getting two fantastic plans, right? Unlimited, I mean, let's just, oh, I was like, I wish I could compare everything. Well, we can, add to compare, boom. And then let's do Mint Mobile Unlimited. Bam, add to compare, perfect. And then let's grab Visible Plus. Man, these deals are so good. I think I'm going to have to start switching every year. It's just like, what are you doing if you don't switch plans every year? All right, compare now. It's a little bit slow. It's a little bit slow. I will say, do you guys want a sneak peek? Here it is. The sneak peek loads so much faster than the actual website. Man, while this is loading. All right. I'm going to give you a sneak peek because this website is slow. Anyway, the secret project, while we're waiting, working on rebuilding the best phone plan site, okay? This is where we're at right now. Not very few plans have been entered, and right now it's being sorted alphabetically. But check this out. Let's say you wanted to compare AT&T Unlimited Starter, Mint Unlimited. Let's throw in Red Pocket Unlimited Premium. Let's throw in T-Mobile Experience More. Compare. Go to comparison. Bam. Did you see how fast that was? Oh my God, that was magical. That was magical. This is in the works. Hopefully 2026. But oh, that was just look at that. Go to comparison. It's so fast. All right, where's the other website? Have you loaded yet? Bam. In terms of features here. So again, this would net 35 bucks, and then this option would net $41 with all the promos and stuff, all right? Unlimited deprioritized on T-Mobile, unlimited priority on Verizon, 20 gigs of hotspot, and then unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second versus only 10 gigs of hotspot, okay? Now 4K video, which is better than Mint, but you could add a VPN pretty easily to up that to 4K, and then 1080p on Visible Plus. Watch not supported. You could do a watch on Visible Plus. International features, paid add-on here. If you do get the annual plan, these become included. International features, a little bit better, but also not great. Mostly just Canada and Mexico. But yeah, I think abs are king. It kind of comes down to what you're looking for, what features you need. If you do need a tablet, for example, US Mobile is going to be a little bit better. If you want something cheaper, US Mobile will be cheaper. One carrier, one carrier, one app and login and stuff. But man, the Mint Visible combo is pretty good in terms of all the features you get for the price point. I don't know if that's helpful, but I certainly hope it is. Oh, TX Republic, Starlink Roam, $50 plan review. Would be cool to see how it works for you in Colorado. Yeah, wait, let's check this one out. Starlink Roam. Roam with Starlink. All right, here we are. It is $229 mini, $279 with the standard kit. Okay. Roam 50 gigabytes, Roam unlimited. That's crazy. The $50, such a nice price point. Travel, camping, personal. I guess technically I could be like, I'm a business. Local priority. All right. That's nice. It's nice feeling like you have priority. All right, personal. Let's see. See speeds by state. Interesting. Very interesting. Get started. Learn more. Oh, I want the Roam. Sorry. Roam. Get started. 249 for the mini and the standard. Interesting. I wonder what the difference is between the mini and the standard. So the mini looks smaller. The standard is bigger. Both are 50 gigs. I assume priority is roughly the same. Dang, could you imagine a roof mount? That'd be really sick. Product details. Okay. This is snow melt capability. That's awesome. Wow. The Roam 50 gigs. Okay. Roam unlimited. But that's the okay. Do we have the mini here? No. What do you guys think? Would you go mini or would you go standard? People are probably gonna just go mini because it's cheaper. Best for fastest speeds in all weather conditions. Best for portable and low power applications. I mean, that's probably what I would go for. Not gonna lie. Fits in a backpack, DC power. Also has snow melt capability. Yeah, can't complain with that. Very cool. Throwing a car adapter there, you are cooking. Yeah, that'd be super fun to check out. Bill Castle, thank you so much for your generosity and support. On Mint, I recently started seeing the 5G UC as my service. What does that mean? Bill, great question. So 5G UC means you are an iPhone user and you have updated to iOS 26. And in the latest iOS 26 release, Apple has updated the carrier bundle for Mint, and the new carrier bundle now allows your device to start showing that 5G UC icon. And so what does 5G UC stand for? It stands for 5G Ultra Capacity. This is what T-Mobile is branding their mid-band 5G network. Basically, anytime you have 5G UC, you're getting really fast speeds. Think 200, 300, 400, 500. I've seen even up to 1600 megabits per second on 5G UC. So that's what that means. You're connected to T-Mobile's, I would say new, but 5G's been out for so long now, it's probably not that new. but you're connected to their mid-band 5G network. Now, if you just have a standard 5G icon on Mint, this means one of two things. One, you have not updated your iPhone to the latest iOS 26 build, or number two, you're in an area that does not have 5G ultra capacity and is instead on low-band 5G. Now, low-band 5G, think much slower speeds between like maybe 10 and 20 megabits per second, depending on the connection and what the tower is broadcasting. So, Bill, to answer your question again, 5G UC stands for 5G ultra capacity. It's T-Mobile's fast 5G network. And if we just pull up the coverage map here, I can actually show you what that is. So if you launch map, and we're going to pop back over to the crowdsourced speed test map, we're going to pop back over to T-Mobile. And I mean, if we zoom in here, we're still in Texas. You can see 581, 620 megabits per second, 568. These are all on that T-Mobile 5G UC network. If we head somewhere that's a little bit more filled in, maybe Austin will be filled in. Yeah, look at this. It's like blanketed. 1,059 megabits per second, 979 megabits per second. This is T-Mobile's 5G UC network, okay? It's awesome. It is so, so awesome, and that's what that means. Android not mentioned, yes. Some Android phones will say 5G plus. This is coming from LOL Allowed 125, so appreciate that. Went on mid-band or millimeter wave. Yeah, that's important to keep in mind. I believe standby is about $5 to $10 a month, 256 kilobits per second for unlimited calls and text, basically. Fascinating. Fascinating. Wow. I would use the Mini in my car when driving in rural areas for expanded coverage. Definitely awesome. I wish I could, like, if you have a connected car, right? Maybe, I mean, I drive a Tesla and it uses AT&T. In my area, it is so slow. I pull out of my driveway, can't even load Spotify. Dumpster fire. But it would be awesome if I could get a device such as this Starlink Mini and mount it to my car and just have it always on and always ready to go. I'm sure that it would still take a minute to connect because I park in a garage. It would take a while to get the satellites to connect, and it's probably not ideal, but it would be nice. Anything faster than AT&T, especially when driving through the mountains. All right, V Durisimov 889. Hi, should I get the iPhone 16e or wait for the 17e? Currently on US Mobile, AT&T, $25 a month. This is a great question. If I'm in your shoes, I honestly would not get the iPhone 16e. If you watched Marquez Brownlee's smartphone awards video this year, the iPhone 16e was actually his bust of the year, it turns out. The one camera, lack of MagSafe, lower battery capacity, 60 hertz screen made it not an overall pick. If you're in the market for a phone at around that price point, I would suggest you consider a gently used device, right? So if we go to Apple, we take a look at the iPhone 16e, boom, boom, bam, we'll pop it on the stream. Everything you love, including the price. No, this is not everything you love. This is everything you are missing. $600, okay? We were just taking a look at a gently used iPhone 15 Pro. Upgrades you from one camera to 3 cameras. Gives you the action button. Gives you 120 hertz display. Face ID. Beautiful design. Titanium frame. MagSafe. All of these great features that you don't get in the iPhone 16e and at a better price when you're shopping gently used or refurbished compared to new. So, Durisimov, I would strongly suggest you consider an iPhone 15 Pro. If you wanted to save even more money, the oldest I personally would go back is probably the iPhone 13 Pro, but that's a bit of an older design. You don't get that dynamic island, so maybe iPhone 14 Pro. And here we're looking at starting at $376. That's probably the fair condition. Yeah, $400 for good. And actually, forget that, $384 for excellent. Okay, this is a certified refurbished device. Comes with that 1-year warranty. you can check it out. And again, this is back market. You can also check out Swappa, iPhone 14 Pro. This is going to be a better device, in my opinion, than that iPhone 16e. So I would strongly encourage you to consider that. Let's find one that's like not rubbish. Sometimes with the older phones, it's hard. All right, $395, very similar. This is the device. You know, some nicks around or maybe some dust around the camera lenses, but not a big deal because it's not on the actual glass itself. Some light scratches on that screen for this particular model, which is a little bit of a bummer. It's so funny. You can tell the person used a case. And here's the thing, like this person used a case and was protecting their phone, but take a look at some of the damage, right? They probably got some dust or something in the case and then just smashed it all over their power button. Sad to see that. Sad to see that. Either way, $395, like this is a great value. This is a great value and a great device. If you can sneak that 15 Pro though, you will get USB-C, and that is so nice. That is so nice. So I hope that is helpful. And yeah. Table Bears 3801, is US Mobile too good to be true? Worried about reliability and speed. Won't be like going direct with a carrier. I know it uses AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon towers. Won't carriers prioritize direct customers over US Mobile? This is a fantastic question and something a lot of people are wondering about. If you go with a prepaid carrier, are you going to be treated as sort of like a second-rate citizen on the network? Will the carrier's own subscribers be getting the priority data and the better access? It turns out it depends what plan you sign up for. Let me give you a concrete example of this. So on best phone plans, let's go ahead and reset everything. We'll do one line. Let's do carrier, and we'll just do specific carriers so we can really point this out. Verizon and then Visible. I think that'll be a good comparison here. I guess you're asking about US Mobile, so we can do maybe US Mobile as well. So we'll do carrier, Verizon, and then US Mobile. So again, it really depends, and let's just do unlimited so there's fewer plans. What am I looking for? Data, unlimited, perfect. When it comes to plans, you can see, oh, and let's also get rid of the discounts. Mabi. And also network, Verizon, discounts, regular price. Bam. This is a prime example. So on the Verizon network, there are two priority levels. You have priority data. This is something called QCI 8, Quality of Service Class Identifier number 8. That is priority data. You have deprioritized data below that. That is QCI 9, okay? And that means you're going to have slower speeds. You can see from Verizon directly, you have Verizon Unlimited Welcome, and this is deprioritized. This is going to be that lower number, QCI 9 on the network. Then you have a plan like Verizon Unlimited Plus, and this comes with unlimited priority data. This is going to be QCI 8 on the network, priority data on Verizon. When it comes to prepaid carriers such as US Mobile, they can have the same thing. So it turns out US Mobile Unlimited Starter, this is also going to be deprioritized, QCI 9 on the network, the exact same network experience as Verizon Unlimited Welcome. Okay, both of these are deprioritized QCI 9. However, if you upgrade to the unlimited premium plan from US Mobile, then it is priority data, unlimited priority data at QCI 8, the exact same network experience and QCI value as Verizon Unlimited Plus. So even though you would think Verizon would prioritize its own customers, it really comes down to the technology, the network itself. What QCI value are these plans being assigned? And a QCI 8 plan from Verizon directly is going to perform exactly the same as a QCI 8 plan from an MVNO. Now, there are some minor nuances. That is domestic roaming. Okay, Verizon is going to have more domestic roaming agreements, and that can get you coverage in certain places compared to others. And the Verizon Unlimited Ultimate plan specifically has access to a dedicated 5G network slice for making FaceTime and video calls. And that plan may perform a little bit better for that specific application in the limited and specific regions where that is rolled out. But for most people, most of the time, for most of the things you do on your phone, US Mobile Unlimited Premium Warp is going to be the same as Verizon Unlimited Plus. Now that's just the Verizon network. If we go ahead and let's go ahead and do US Mobile and AT&T, or maybe we'll do, yeah. And then coverage AT&T. Perfect. Why is, oh, do I have both selected? Coverage, yeah, let's get rid of Verizon. It's going to be the same thing, right? So AT&T Value Plus, deprioritized, QCI 9. Unlimited Starter, deprioritized, QCI 9. Unlimited Extra, finally prioritized, QCI 8. And Unlimited Premium, prioritized, QCI 8. When you look at US Mobile, it's the same thing. Deprioritized, QCI 9, and then priority, QCI 8. So it really comes down to that priority level. And if you're curious, you can always click View Details on any of these plans. And this is going to open up the full breakdown here, and that's where you see that QCI value. Now, it is worth mentioning the QCI values are different. If we take a look at the T-Mobile network here, so this was AT&T, let's just do T-Mobile, and let's go ahead and add in T-Mobile from the carriers. When you look at T-Mobile's network, it turns out US Mobile Unlimited Premium is still deprioritized, but T-Mobile has 4 tiers of priority instead of 2. So instead of just doing 8 and 9, T-Mobile actually now has 6, 7, 8, and 9. And in T-Mobile's case, QCI 6 is considered priority data. That's going to be your T-Mobile Experience More, your Experience Beyond plans. And somehow Go 5G Plus is in the mix as well. These come with unlimited priority at QCI 6. Next in line is QCI 7. This is technically deprioritized. That's going to be US Mobile Unlimited Starter, Unlimited Premium, T-Mobile Essential Saver, the regular Essentials plan, and so on. That is deprioritized QCI 7. QCI 8, my understanding is that is all hotspot data on the T-Mobile network. Doesn't matter what plan you're on, but all the hotspot data, I believe, is just treated as QCI 8 priority. And then you have QCI 9. That is heavy data usage on the T-Mobile network. So you'll notice for T-Mobile Essentials here, we'll just go to the T-Mobile website. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Unlimited phone plans. If we scroll down, boom. So first, Essentials customers may notice slower speeds than other customers. That means it's deprioritized. And further reduction if using over 50 gigabytes a month due to data prioritization. This part right here means, so for initially, you're deprioritized at QCI 7. Then if you use over 50 gigs a month, you are deprioritized further down to QCI 9. Okay, and that means absolute rock bottom of the barrel, slowest speeds on the T-Mobile network during times when the network is busy. And that is, again, for heavy data users using over 50 gigs a month. This threshold can vary based on plan. Mint was actually just updated to be 50 gigs. I think Metro by T-Mobile, some plans used to be 35. I think they actually updated Metro to be 70 gigs, and so on and so forth. But Tailbears 3801, I hope this helps answer your question. The bottom line is it really is the same network, and depending on what priority level you get, you will get the same network experience. And I hope that's helpful. All right, we have a couple more super chats that have come in. Thank you guys so much for your generosity and support. Let's go through these here. Abs are king. We already answered this, so thank you again. Bill Castle, thank you so much for your generosity and support on Mint. We already answered this as well, so I'm ahead of the game. Manmeat 2577, thank you so much for your generosity and support on AT&T prepaid. 3 lines, $70 a month, 5 gigs each. Need more data or unlimited, prepaid, no contract, same or cheaper price. Prefer AT&T MVNOs. Any tips? Yo, we have got you covered. I think when you're looking for AT&T coverage, your best options right now are going to be Red Pocket and US Mobile. So let's go through a couple different options. First, let's reset this. Let's say discounts annual, and we'll do regular price. Coverage is going to be AT&T. Data, we're going to be looking at, let's just see what unlimited has for us. One great option, US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star. This is currently on sale, but I mean, what is the sale price? It's probably something ridiculous. $16.60 a month if you pay up front for your first year. Regular price, $22.50 a month for the annual option. Monthly, $25. Okay, so I hope that's kind of clarifies the price. It would basically give every line unlimited high-speed data on the AT&T network. Unlimited high-speed, it is deprioritized, 20 gigs of hotspot, 4K video streaming. Massive upgrade, taxes and fees included, likely not too much more expensive than what you're paying now. I think we can do even better though. Another great option, it looks like we're looking at all the lines, that's why there's so many. Another great option, Red Pocket Premium. This is actually an insane plan, a little bit more expensive, 30 bucks a month plus taxes and fees, 50 gigs high speed and then unlimited at 150 megabits per second. Kind of a weird caveat, but works. I believe this is unlimited priority. I have the plan, but have not been able to specifically confirm the priority level just yet. I am working on that. If it actually shows up on this stream, I will show you. Basically, you have to have a rooted phone and use an app called Network Signal Guru. I can show this on the stream quickly here. And it is a very complicated cellular app that truthfully I do not understand, but I do know there is a section here for QCI, and once that loads, that's how you tell the QCI. I also have the pixel band info, so let me see if I can get that up and running. Okay, that should be running. If I do this, okay, sorry. All right, starting. I'm like, I would love to get that confirmed for you. Well, it may not work. Anyway, Red Pocket's good. I think we can do even better though. And here's the thing. The only way to show this properly is on the website. US Mobile's shared data plans. So US Mobile has a by the gig option. This is shareable data. So if you have 3 lines, all right, 3 lines, it sounds like you need more data than 5 gigs each. Maybe you need 20 gigs, okay? You could be at 51 bucks for 20 gigs of shared data for all 3 lines. And this gives you some flexibility where if some lines need a little bit more data some months, they can use that. Some lines need a little bit less. That's a great option. We can bump this up. Let's see, for equal to or less, 30 gigs for 66 bucks. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Outside of that, I think those are some of your best options on AT&T. Let's go back here. Let's say not unlimited and start doing some of these lower tier ones. See if we can get a better price. Red Pocket. Yeah, this one's actually really good too. The Red Pocket Unlimited Plus plan, or I guess Red Pocket Plus, $20 a month plus taxes and fees, 20 gigs of priority. Unfortunately, no hotspot. Is that right? That just seems cruel and unusual in my mind. Maybe it's how they're able to get that price so low. Red Pocket, bam, plans. And then monthly, this is plus. Dang. Yeah, you can see here, hotspot is clearly listed under premium. It is not listed under plus, so that is a bummer. But if you don't need hotspot, that is going to be a fantastic option as well. Probably what I would lean towards. Probably US Mobile or Red Pocket. Yeah. I hope that's helpful. I mean, let me know if you have any questions on that, but I think that's what I would go for. Can we do anything else? Data, 10 gigs? I mean, 20 a month for 10 gigs. I mean, you could just do straight up 3 lines of this if you wanted to. And that would probably be a good option. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. What we got cooking in the chat now? Thanks, gonna go with US Mobile. Perfect. QCI 7 is deprioritized. Kind of depends on the network. Depends on the network. Alexander, the tech guy. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. So shout out to Alexander. He has been mapping, this is Maine, right? We're going to Maine. He's been mapping out this zip code in Maine. And every week we check it, it is more and more filled in. So 04769. Let's check it out. Maine. Presque Island. Look at this, everybody. It's like so filled in now. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That is amazing. Even looks like you even drove out to Easton. Getting some data there. Oof, that is rough. That is rough. That's what I'll say. Is this current? Let's see, when was this? Yeah, December 6th. Literally just, what, 9 days ago? That's incredible. That is incredible. Let's do the Verizon network, or excuse me, AT&T. Again, totally filled in. You can see dropping the service there. Really fascinating. Like in town, what is this? Great speeds, 136, 188, 172. Just fantastic, fantastic performance. You leave town, drops. Wild, wild. And then it looks like it picked up again and then dropped. So cool to see. All right, let's check Verizon. Similar thing. It looks like it either didn't run a test or is kind of struggling there, but way better performance. Also kind of dropped down there. Wow. This is just so cool to see. The real question, though, and the real advantage of doing this is you can do the best carrier view. And this starts to paint a picture of like, okay, probably T-Mobile and Verizon are neck and neck in this area, potentially leaning a little bit more towards T-Mobile. So that is super cool to see. Super, super cool to see. And then what's always fun is if you go into the signal strength, right? You can see, oh, this is why, you know, driving out to Easton, getting some of those drops. I mean, you're literally losing coverage. AT&T, a little bit better coverage, but still not great. Verizon actually is boasting the best coverage. I think we actually saw that in the speed test map, right? Verizon, boom, is the best along that route. Incredible. Incredible. Call me Nemo. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. I appreciate you. Is it better to stay away from independent MVNOs like Mobi PCS and go with MVNOs owned by the big three like Verizon's Visible? I think it depends. It depends how you define better. Okay. The likelihood, and this kind of comes from Mobi kind of going underwater. This was a cell phone carrier and actually a network operator in Hawaii. They own Spectrum. They were doing some cool stuff. Unfortunately, there were some problems in the company, and it is effectively getting shut down, is my understanding. And that is a real challenge. I mean, they were in business for quite a number of years, and unfortunately now shutting down. And that can sometimes be a risk. And we've seen this with a few MVNOs as they start out. There can be risks. I think a great example that I experienced this year was Trump Mobile. New MVNO. There were some risks. Basically lost access to the phone number that I tried to port in for, a couple months. That's 100% mostly on me because I was not aggressively trying to get it back. I was sort of passively trying to get it back, with some communications here and there. But yeah, they had some issues, some hiccups initially. Whereas if you have a bigger MVNO, such as Visible or Total Wireless owned by Verizon, there can still be issues. I think Max, who's in the chat, can likely attest to that with Total system, but the resources available are often much greater. Verizon wants to make sure customers have a great experience. They have more customers, and it's not like Visible isn't going away. Total Wireless isn't going away. And if it were to go away, there'd be a very coordinated migration of customers. On the other hand, you're kind of just feeding the big carriers again, right? You're not supporting those carriers who are actually doing cool things, such as US Mobile. They have their multi-network feature. They have their device protection now. I'm trying to think what else. The multi-network is really the coolest thing, in my opinion. And no one else is really going to be able to do that. Like Visible, Total Wireless, Cricket Wireless, Metro by T-Mobile, they're not going to be able to offer a multi-network experience because they are owned by the big carriers. And there's no way the big carriers are going to do agreements with each other to share coverage. I mean, could you imagine that? No way. Outside of the roaming agreements, that is not happening. So yeah, I guess it kind of depends. I think there's a certain level of reassurance by going with one of the carrier-owned brands, such as Visible, such as Mint Mobile, such as Cricket, such as Metro by T-Mobile. But I wouldn't really steer away necessarily from the MVNOs. I mean, like Red Pocket, Tello, US Mobile, these are all reliable MVNOs who've been in business for numerous years. They're going to stay in business. They provide great services. And sometimes it's nice supporting the startup companies that are doing more innovative things. Think about Mobile X as another example. They're doing a custom plan thing, monitoring your usage in real time, using AI, and sometimes it's cool to support that initiative. So I would say it depends what your needs are and what you're looking for. You can definitely get great values from the big carrier-owned brands, though. That stat needs to be added to coverage map. Are you outside in a car or sled? That's so funny. Yeah, Moby isn't new at all. 2005. Yeah, just unfortunate. I think something bad happened in terms of management, I want to say, is kind of my understanding. And bottom line, despite being in business for almost 20 years, probably, or over 20 years, yeah, they're unfortunately shutting down. So, Kylie Brock or Kyle E. Brock? Kyle, 8 years of Mint has been great. You're absolutely correct. Mint is fantastic. Sunkissed 6220. I left Verizon and have Xfinity Mobile on Verizon, free for 1 year, saving $70 a month. No complaints so far. How can you complain with that? I mean, that is just so awesome to see. I have Metro and Visible on my iPhone Mini. Boom, crushing it. A Shangle 1. Axe Shangle 1? Sorry, forgive me if I mispronounced that. Hi, Stetson. I have 3 lines and want to switch to the Verizon deal that you showed. However, one of my lines on Mint doesn't end until April. Would you say to switch now? Best deal ever for a free phone. Yeah, the truth is yes. So let's walk through the scenario. You're just not going to get a better deal than this. Realistically, Verizon's going to offer this through the holiday. Will they bring it back next year? Hard to say. Like, this is definitely one of their more aggressive promotions. It'll likely kind of end, I would say, January or end of December. And even if you forfeit Mint, okay, let's say you're on the most expensive unlimited plan, it doesn't end until April. So you're sacrificing, let's just say December, January, February, March, April. 5 months times $30. $150 tops is what you'd be sacrificing. However, you would be getting 4 new iPhone 17 Pros, and it'd be $100 a month for the service, plus some taxes and fees. So maybe it's closer to $30 a line, so $120 a month for the phones and service. I think it's worth switching. I would pay the $150. Say, you know what? It is what it is. No trade-in needed. Getting new phones. Yeah, I would do it. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Tony White. I use Visible as my main line and Helium free for my secondary line. What are your thoughts? I think that's a great combo. Helium gives you coverage on the T-Mobile network. Great as a backup, great if you need it. Visible, robust, strong coverage on the Verizon network. And I'm personally using Verizon for my coverage as well. So I think that's a fantastic setup. We need to get Santa to map coverage as he goes around the world. Could you imagine this one man goes all the way around the globe and maps cell coverage? I mean, think about it. Technically, it would be possible. He is going to, I guess, every address that chooses to celebrate Christmas and Santa and that whole thing. That's a lot of addresses. He would go everywhere. He would go places, and he could map out a lot of coverage. Unfortunately, he would have an unfair advantage and would just crush the leaderboard. Like, we'd have to exclude him from the leaderboard almost. I'm actually kind of curious while we're here, who is winning on the leaderboard right now? Let's do leaderboard. Bam. RF Waves 101. Dang, shout out to you. I don't even think I've run some tests this month. Yearly. I should be up there yearly. Number 7, I'll take that. Dang, I haven't beat 1 million yet. I gotta get back out there. All time, number 5. I'm catching up to Jado. If Jado is here, I'm coming for you. Slow and steady, I'm coming for you. Shout out to RF Waves 101 though, very cool. Rody 181, shout out to you. The Speed Test channel, if you're watching, shout out to you. Absolutely crushing it. T-Mobile Speed Test Master, shout out to you. Tester 457 Joe, shout out to you. Tesla Traveler, TX Republic. TX Republic, no way, absolutely crushing it. Dang, where are you at all time? Number 2. Guys, we are with the real MVPs. We are with the real MVPs. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Back to the stream. Does Visible still have deals? Yeah, the Chaz 8080 Visible does still have deals. Kind of depends what deal you're looking for. I think the deal that is best right now is simply that $6, $9, or $12 off using code SWITCH26 makes Visible 19 a month, Visible Plus 26 a month, and Visible Plus Pro 33 a month. All of those are fantastic options and something that I think is worth it. Adam rides everything. Hey Stetson, what is the best carrier for zip code 25414? Let's find out. Let's see what we got cooking. Load up the coverage check utility. And let's go. 25414. I feel like we're going to be kind of in the middle of the state. Is this going to be like North Carolina? 25414. How did I do? West Virginia. Probably not great. Maybe okay. Wow. Coverage 100% across, well, for AT&T, T-Mobile, 98 for Verizon. Look at the speeds. 156.7 on T-Mobile, 109 on Verizon. Embarrassing on AT&T, 42.2. Reliability 2.2 out of 10, 8.4 and 6.2. Looking at these, I'm leaning towards T-Mobile. Again, let's just quickly check that breakdown. AT&T, great coverage, but we saw those speeds were not good. T-Mobile looks like great coverage and great speeds. Verizon, really good coverage, decent speeds as well. Bopping on down to the speeds here. Again, T-Mobile in the lead. Also in the lead with upload. Verizon also looking great for the upload. Probably can't go wrong with either of those. If we go ahead and launch the map, and we're going to fly down 25414. One of these days, Charlestown, West Virginia. How far off was I? Pretty far. What did I say? I think I said North Carolina. That's pretty far off. I wonder what it hits. Is it the 3s, the 5s? Anyway, zip codes, man. Zip codes. I just need a map of numbers. So we're looking at, we're looking at the best carrier view right now. And, I mean, I'm going to let the map speak for itself. It seems like T-Mobile is cooking in this area. Fastest speed all around. Of course, best carrier doesn't tell the full story. Let's check AT&T. What do we got? All right, fewer tests on AT&T. Acceptable speeds. Let's go ahead and take a look at Verizon. Verizon also has 5G rolled out. Looks like speeds are quite good. This is probably like a fluke test. Happens to the best of us. Overall looks pretty good. And if we pop over to T-Mobile, I mean, it's clear someone in this area is a coverage map user and has been mapping this place house on T-Mobile. I think Adam rides everything. If I'm in your shoes, I'm going T-Mobile or Verizon. High probability T-Mobile. If I want to save a lot of money, you may consider Mint as well. $15 a month for unlimited. You're going to be cooking. I think that's the move. Done and dusted. Alexander the Tech Guy. Stetson. Alexander the Tech Guy. Hello. Oh, number 13. Very cool. Oh, well, we'll give you a quick shout out because you're here. We can pull this up. The leaderboard. Bam. Number 13. Alexander. Crushing it. Love to see it. Thank you so much for contributing. Oh, sorry. Number 15. AT&T sucks. I love that. I wonder who they use as their carrier. Like either they're on AT&T and just actively mapping how bad AT&T is, or they're on T-Mobile or Verizon and just mapping that out. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Tommy is aiming for 937th place. Okay, all right. Tough spot to beat. Have you had the chance to use Apple's satellite messaging feature? I think I've used it once and or done the demo in settings, but I haven't really used it too much, to be honest, thankfully. AT&T is just the worst. The funny thing is, I think in Texas, they're actually incredible. In some places, Pittsburgh, they're incredible. Granted, T-Mobile and Verizon have been improving like crazy. My hypothesis, I was just talking to the guys at Rivian, and for those of you who don't know, Tesla also uses AT&T. A lot of these connected cars are using AT&T's network. And my hypothesis is that the connected cars are causing congestion because they're all streaming Spotify as people are driving. That's what I think. Or loading map data or doing other things. So, yeah, I think that's why it's getting a little bit slower. So many great questions. V. Jerisimov, hey Stetson, what is the best carrier for 1135.4? Oh, let's go ahead and find out for you. Also I've gotten to the point in my browser where I do new tab, I hit the C button. Oops, we're on the wrong browser. I do new tab, I hit the C button, autofills to coveragemap.com. I love that. I love that. All right, we're going to 1135.4. What is this like? Is this Maryland? I should probably, New York. All right. I'm honing in a little bit. Coverage 100% across the board. Speeds are looking fine. Reliability is looking fine. In New York, you're probably going to be totally fine on any carrier. Looking at the reliability scores a little bit, maybe I'd lean a little bit more towards Verizon. Let's take a look at coverage. Yeah, coverage 100% across the board. Let's take a look at upload. That's often a key indicator. T-Mobile, strong upload. Verizon, very strong upload as well. V. Jerisimov, I think I'd call it easy and just say Verizon. I mean, that's probably what I would do. If we do the map here and we do 1135.4, where in New York are we going? Flushing, New York. Okay. Yeah, you're not going to go wrong. I mean, this is T-Mobile best download. You can see they are cooking over 1,000 megabits per second. Unbelievable. AT&T, even AT&T has one that's over 1,000 megabits per second. Definitely a little bit slower than T-Mobile. Not bad, but definitely a little bit slower. Verizon, also fantastic. They might even have some millimeter wave here. If you're getting 3,200, that's crazy. That's crazy. If we do color profile, best again, kind of a mix between T-Mobile and Verizon. I would say Verizon. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. T-Mobile or Verizon. I would just say Verizon because why not? AT Shields. Oh my gosh. So Stetson, since you didn't stream last week, it only seems fair that you should do 2 streams today. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. That's crazy. Do I stop this one and then start another one? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Your Lord. Stetson, what is the best carrier in 94.588? See, we're getting a 94. To me, that feels like California. Again, new tab, C. Oh, beautiful. We have it pulled up. We have a free app, by the way. Coverage Map app available on the App Store and on the Play Store. You can get it. You can contribute, help figure out what network is best in your area. Throw that in the chat if you have not. Let's go out. 94588. Where are we going? 94588. Am I right? California. 1 for, what, like 5? Looking at coverage here. 97.4, 88.3, 100%, 55, 73, 209, 6.4, 5.7, 10 out of 10. I mean, looking at the data, I think Verizon is best in this area. And we are specifically in Pleasanton, California. Again, checking the coverage here. Verizon, very robust. Look at that percentage of great coverage. Either they're just overly optimistic or they genuinely have superb coverage in that area. Again, looking at the upload speeds, 19.1. Say less. Say less. That is what I want. That is what I'm going for. Yeah. Verizon all the way. And if we pop back over to the map, 94588, Pleasanton, California. Where are we going? North, south? Kind of in the middle, outside of San Fran. Gee. All right, guys. We're looking at best download speeds right now. What did I say? Say yes. This is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible performance. Your Lord, I think the answer is Verizon all day, every day. We can quickly bop between, hang on, carrier, bop between them. Here's AT&T. Still fantastic. Still fantastic. T-Mobile. Good. Some areas either outdated or... No, this is 2025. Outdated or sometimes just slow. And then we go to Verizon. Bam. Cooking. Except for this one. But most of the time, cooking. Yeah, Verizon, I would just go Verizon, call it a day. Whoa, a lot of people are interested in having their zip codes checked all of a sudden. Yeah, we've talked about this, Ernesto. The Verizon Unlimited Welcome Plan. This has been the chat of the live stream. It is the best deal in wireless right now. 4 iPhone 17 Pros on us, 4 lines, $25 a line, no trade-in needed. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, it's the best deal in wireless, I think. Unless I'm missing a deal, you just simply can't beat it. You simply cannot beat it. All right. Best carrier in 2653. So 20, I feel like we're past New York if we're in the 20s. 2653. Where are we? Maryland. We are in Maryland now. Bam. All right, Lexington Park. Looks like, oh, this is easy. I mean, looking at these numbers, right? 95, 99, 100, 27.6, 173.8, 42.8, 6.1, 10 out of 10, 7.6 out of 10. I don't feel like I even need to look at the map. I'm going T-Mobile here. I'm going T-Mobile here. And it could just be, by the way, there are more enthusiastic T-Mobile users on coverage map. So if you're a Verizon or AT&T customer, you know, maybe you should get out mapping and get your network up there. In terms of coverage, yeah, Verizon looks great. T-Mobile looks great. What was I leaning towards? T-Mobile. Looking at those speeds again, 173. Oh, 15.2 up. That is what I'm talking about. That actually does seem a little bit slow in comparison, but compared to what AT&T and Verizon are putting out, I'm going T-Mobile here. Again, let's pop back to that map. And let's go to Maryland. 20653. Lexington Park. Let's fly over there. Take the fast route. See Verizon. Interesting having some no coverage zones mapped. Probably just an error in the test that was run. Speed-wise, looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and pop over to AT&T. Yeah, just not a lot of users in this area mapping out AT&T coverage. So if you happen to live in this part of Maryland, you're on AT&T, you can get out there and you can claim a huge amount of points and become #1 on the leaderboard. Let's go ahead and check T-Mobile. My guess is it's just, oh my gosh, it's not even that mapped out. That's interesting. But the places that are mapped are fast. 441, 948, that's nuts. Yeah, I think T-Mobile, so this is Verizon, T-Mobile, oh yeah, AT&T. I think T-Mobile. Seems like they got more towers, faster speeds. That's what I'm going with. That is what I'm going with. Zon the 90. Best coverage in 54,138. Oh man, 54. If I'm at 54, that feels like the middle of the country. Are we in like Florida or something? I don't know if we're in Florida. Let's find out. It's fun to guess. It's fun for me to guess. Coverage search. Bam. 54,138. Wisconsin. That is not Florida the last time I checked. So Lakewood, Wisconsin. Wow. Zon the 90. I'm going to be honest. This is shocking to me. This is the first area we've found where Verizon straight up has no coverage. AT&T and T-Mobile simply haven't been tested. This is your opportunity. You could be the first person to check cell coverage in your area and get it reported. In terms of the actual coverage percentages, this is what we're going on. AT&T, they say they have a lot. T-Mobile, they say they have way less. Where are we right now? Where are we in Wisconsin? 54,138. Lakewood, Wisconsin. Are we out in the middle of nowhere? Oh my God, we are out in the middle of nowhere. So for context, everybody, this is T-Mobile. This is T-Mobile's network. And yeah, you can see they have towers. It does not seem like from this map the towers reach Lakewood. So that's probably where that 20% is coming from, right? Like you do a radius around this, and T-Mobile's like, this is the 20% or whatever. Let's go ahead and try AT&T. Just as bad. Just as bad. And Verizon's got nothing. Bam. They're roaming. Wait. Is this an area? Is it Cellcom? Oh my God. Oh my God. It is highly probable that carriers in this area are roaming on Cellcom. Or you can sign up for Cellcom directly. That's wild. That is wild. What was the other one that was kind of up here? Is Wisconsin the thumb state? No, Michigan's the thumb state because there's the thumb. Yeah, I'd say Cellcom is probably what you want. I'm going to be honest. That's crazy. That's why there's so few towers. It's because they have a couple and then they're just like, yeah, we'll just roam. Tommy Shields, zip code stream. Let's go. Best coverage in Orlando and Walt Disney. I think T-Mobile, my friend, is wrong about Disney AT&T might be cooking there, but really? I mean, I guess. What is the... All right, we'll go Orlando. Orlando, Florida. Bam. Shoop. Where is, like, the whole Disneyland area? We're looking at Cellcom. That's why there's nothing. Oh, Orlando's covered. Let's do speed test. Let's just cut to the chase. Best carrier. Looking at this, T-Mobile and Verizon, likely sort of block by block. Yeah, depends on where you are. T-Mobile and Verizon are probably going to be great. I don't know. I don't know if AT&T is going to be awesome there. Let's see. What are we looking for? Orlando, Walt Disney address. 32,830. Interesting to note that it's 32. So let's go back here. Boom, coverage search. 32,830. What we got? What we got? Yeah. Kind of what I said looking at the map. 100% coverage across the board. T-Mobile and Verizon, fastest speeds. T-Mobile slightly in the lead, 137.4 megabits per second. Verizon in a close second, 104.5 megabits per second. AT&T in third, not necessarily bad, but not great by any means, 81.2. 9.8, 9.9, and 9.7 reliability. T-Mobile looking like the best option. Let's quickly check those coverage percentages. Interesting, T-Mobile splitting it up a little bit between great and good. Verizon and AT&T seem more optimistic about their coverage. Real question is those data speeds, though. Scrolling down, and the upload, T-Mobile with the strongest upload. Verizon and AT&T honestly not far behind, though. That is curious. And then here on the map, if we just pop in that zip code to Orlando, bam. I guess it's over here. Yeah, I mean, oh, Disney's Resort. Verizon looks like it's the fastest. If we zoom in and we just look at speeds, let's just do AT&T. And we'll do carrier. My question, how do I get the numbers to be? That's, oh, maybe not. Do I do this? And then this? Okay. Very fast, but not as fast. Yeah, T-Mobile is cooking. Verizon, whew. Damn, that's incredible. Verizon's just so mapped in that area. I think T-Mobile and Verizon are going to be excellent. I don't think you can really go wrong. Maybe I would lean a little bit more towards Verizon. Green, so wonderful to see you in the chat. What are your thoughts on Motorola teasing their book-style foldable? I've missed it. I try to stay up to date. I watched Marquez Brownlee's Smartphone Awards video, trying to stay up to date for you guys. Book foldable. Let's see what we got. All right. Mashable Phone Arena. Do we have anything? Oh, okay. All right. This first glance looks very much like a Samsung phone. Is that it? Oh. This is a Samsung phone. Wow. All right. Good on me for recognizing that. Okay. Okay. Moto Fold CES invite. That's super cool. Just the invite itself, not we don't know what the fold is going to look like. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'd be curious, like if they matched the dimensions of this book, that would be incredible. And if it had a wood panel, that would also be incredible. It could be amazing. I mean, they make flip phones, right? So nothing. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think Moto does have pretty good software too. Sunkiss, my camera sucks, but I love my Moto. Sometimes they're good. What do you think about Marquez, Brownlee, Linus, and others having contract to have a phone early to say whatever they can or can't, and might not be a real honest review? They handle it differently. There's different tiers, right? So you have embargoes. This is where reviewers are allowed to share certain aspects of a device before a certain time. So I think the biggest embargo was like when Microsoft had their, what did you even call it? The Microsoft Surface Book? Someone help me out here. Microsoft folding phone. Microsoft folding phone. Surface Duo. So yeah, boom, Musty, you got it, on fire. So the Microsoft Surface Duo, it was like you can talk about the hardware only, but you can't show the screen on. Then you could do like camera samples, and then you could do the full thing. And when Marquez or Linus or others, they can do a full thing, they're allowed to say whatever they want. And to be clear, there is no real sort of contract. It's just the creators have agreed to an embargo on what time they are allowed to discuss certain things. Not necessarily what they can and can't say, but when they are allowed to discuss certain aspects of the device. If it's a paid, like sponsored video, that's going to be different. That's usually like a showcase video, and that would be a little bit different. But for a full review, I personally feel that Marquez, Linus, and others are very good at saying what they think about devices. Yeah. Aaron's saying I may go Android again for Moto. It's pretty good. Hey, Stetson, have any other plans from the other carriers stacked up to the Verizon deal? I'm only annoyed because it's 36 months. Is this the best deal you've seen a carrier in a very long time? Yeah, I think so. And we can just crunch the numbers. I mean, it comes down to this. Wait, hang on. This, you go here. Nope. Out of here. Let me find the tab. I'm tab surfing right now, aka I've misplaced the tab on my computer. Here we go. Bam. There. And then here. And then remove, stop sharing, add, share screen, whoop, window. This is what we want. Share. Bam. All right. So lines, let's actually add it in. Let's ungroup, I think. Exit view. Perfect. This is the raw data, and we can just crush through it. So this is going to be the Verizon iPhone deal. Perfect. 4 lines. The discount is going to be 1,100 times 4, 4,400. You can technically trade in or sell yourself your current phone. Let's say you've got, what do you guys want to say you have? Someone throw a phone in the chat. Like, are you coming from an iPhone 12? Is this an iPhone 13 situation? I feel like people upgrade around every 3 years, so I would probably do the iPhone, what would that be? 17 minus 3, 14? iPhone 14? Maybe 14 Pro? I guess we'd want to do Swappa. Let's just see what it's going for. iPhone 14 Pro. I'm going to use that as an example. Unlocked. Let's say you're lucky and it's in good condition. Here's one good. You have to factor in shipping and all that. iPhone 17 Plus. Oh my gosh. iPhone 13. 12 Pro Max. Jeez. I'm going to stick with my iPhone 14 Pro. Let's see, 400 times 0.87 to account for shipping and stuff. 348. We'll be generous. We'll say 325. All right. 325 for all your devices that you can sell yourself. Actually, wait. I think I'm doing this wrong because the discount is 1,100. So I should only do it for a per line. So it'd be 1,100. And then this would be, that is per line. So that's good there. Plan cost per line. Okay, perfect. Someone was taking notes. It'll be $30 roughly after taxes and fees. 3-year total. Boop. What? Oh my God, guys, this is what I'm saying. The discount is like greater than the actual cost of service. How is this possible? Something isn't mathing. Oh, you know why? Undo. It's because someone forgot to enter the $1,100 phone cost. There we go. 3,020. That's so good. Let's go ahead and just bold everything here so we know which one it is. Now we need to get some competition going. Let's do T-Mobile. I really want to get like, I mean, we have to do the same phone, right? The 17 Pro on us. How do we get this? How do we do it? 11 promotions. I feel like I already entered this. Unfortunately, the most economical option, it'll be the $300 trade-in with like T-Mobile Essentials. Maybe we have enough information. Well, I guess the others are like, I entered the Pro Max model. I think it's fine. I don't really want to redo it. So let's group by lines. We're looking at 4 lines, and let's just do that 3-year total again. Sort A to Z. Wait, what? Yeah, look, the Verizon iPhone deal. It's the cheapest by a mile. Oh, here's the T-Mobile Essentials offer. Again, this is a little cheeky because the phones are more expensive, so let's just fix that. Not by much. 1,000. Here, we'll do the actual 1,099. And then you take a look, and yeah, Verizon's still cheaper. It's so good. It's so good. Here, we'll even do this. Sorry, where am I trying to enter? The phone cost. Why did I enter 860? That just seems like a very weird number for me to enter. Nope, I have no idea why. We'll do 1,099. Here, we'll do 1,099 again. Some of these are probably even off now because the Mac, I think this deal is over. This deal, who knows if it's still going on, but yeah, you just can't beat it. I mean, after 3 years, you pay $3,000. It's like you buy the phones and you get free service, or you buy the service and you get free phones. It doesn't really matter how you cut it. It's just so good. And here's visible, and then we just need to update the price. So don't mind if I do. Click and drag. Thank you for asking, Google Sheets. Bam. And we'll just do that sort again. Yeah, no, it's the best. There's nothing that can beat it. It's the best by a mile. By a mile. Visible base, even US Mobile. You just can't come close. You can't come close to it. Yeah. And that's even with more trading credit on some of those plans too. Wild. Just wild. Yeah. Like even Mint, 50% off unlimited. The discount on the phone. Trading in yourself. Unreal. Unreal. Yeah. It is one of the best deals. Period. Wow. Is it even better for like 3 lines? What is 3 lines? Jeez. You would save money getting a 4th line and doing that trade-in deal than you would like just getting 3 lines. That's how good the deal is, guys. Now, again, this is still some shoddy math because the phone is off. The trading credit's probably off. Like, I should redo it, but 1099. I mean, if we just click drag. Yeah. That's wild. What about for 2 lines? Holy smokes. It is arguably. Now this will actually come down to the wire because Verizon's going to charge activation fees. They're going to charge potentially more in taxes that I haven't listed here. But for 2 lines, it's oh my god. It's actually probably cheaper to get 4 lines on the Verizon deal than it is to get 2 lines on US Mobile, on Visible, or Xfinity Mobile, or anything like that. Like, that is nuts. That is nuts. It's only probably the 1-line options where it's cheaper to, like, just buy the phone outright. Wow. Yeah, this is only for new customers on Verizon. So the deal is, right? Maybe I should tell my parents about it and be like, yo, you guys want to spend $100 a month on service? They'll be like, hell no. They also don't really need the phones, but $25 a line, no trade-in needed. It's so good. It's so good. Should I do this? Hold up, everybody. That's like, no, I shouldn't do it, but it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, 2 lines. I mean, we were just looking at that. It's basically cheaper for 2 lines to do the Verizon deal than it is to buy the devices outright. Do you think it is still worth switching to Verizon considering it is the lowest tier plan with no priority data? The answer is unfortunately yes. I think the difference between priority and non-priority is going to be not super noticeable for a lot of people. It is a major bummer that unlimited welcome, I think it's still capped at like 30 megabits per second on 5G ultra wideband. But realistically, it's going to be fine. And the deal is just too good. It's too good. You'd make somebody's day if you switched all 26 of your lines. That's insane. I actually think I have more now. Yeah, let me check the Google Sheet. Oh, good thing that was not shared. Scroll down past the personal number. We cannot, hang on, we cannot share. 30 lines. I have 30 active lines. Yeah. Potentially 31 in case I forgot something. Yeah, I should really reevaluate that come the new year, not gonna lie. Don't do it, stats. Sunkiss, thank you. Aaron, wait, what? Yeah. You know, you gotta have extra lines for mysterious reasons. What's the best way to upgrade a 14 to the 17 base staying on AT&T? I saw AT&T $0 deal after trading, but I was wondering if there are any better, cheaper alternative ways. Must be fantastic question. I'm trying to think. I have not specifically done the math out for this. How many lines do you have? That's a big question. I would say if you have 1 line, it's cheaper to go with US Mobile or Red Pocket. If you have 2 lines, probably still cheaper to go with US Mobile and Red Pocket. If you have 3 lines or more, that's probably where it makes sense to go with AT&T. And it's probably worth doing the math out. Yeah. Guys, does anyone know a YouTuber that can help me lower my cell phone bill? I mean, this is outrageous. It is outrageous. Yeah, I really need to close this tab. It's actually dangerous. I put all the numbers and like my account pins in one spot. That is not something you want on the internet. That's for sure. Tommy, how many lines do you have? That's my question. How much are you paying for all these lines? Oh, let me just remove this. Stop sharing the screen. Let me pull it back. It's so bad, you guys. It's so bad. I'm working on it for content, but the content is 80% produced. Current total bill, does anyone want to take a guess? 30 lines is what I currently have. I need to cancel a bunch, but it's really not that bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily musty. It's not going to be a bad deal to stick with AT&T and do the upgrade through them. If you wanted to save money, I think just grabbing 2 lines separately, it'll be the better move. So that's what I would say. Like one on US Mobile and one on another carrier, and just upgrade through upgrade through Apple, or upgrade through the manufacturer directly. Wow. Dang, all over the place. 1,259, 550, 1,500, 1,870 a month. That's crazy. 1,250, 2,000. This actually looks like 2,000K, which would be 2 million, which would be nuts. 850, 8 active phone lines. All right, I'm curious what your lines are. 1,100, 1,200, 1K. These are all great guesses. The current total I have, $727.35 per month on phone service. And I got lucky. So T-Mobile is, we can do some quick math here. T-Mobile is $200 a month. Plus I have the home internet services. Yeah, I have 2 home internet services, Minternet and T-Mobile. Those are both like $30 a month. Mint Mobile, I think it came out to $20 a month. I am paying $140 for 5 Verizon lines. That's actually really good. I'm paying $170 for 5 AT&T lines. Mobile X Unlimited. Oh, I need to cancel that actually. No offense to Mobile X, but like I should review that and cancel that. The custom plan, that's like 13 to 15 bucks a month. Google Fi is free. US Mobile Unlimited Premium. That was actually probably less than 45 a month when I bought it, because I did like an annual deal. Helium Mobile, $5. Helium is free. I have a Klarna mobile line for free. Pronto Mobile was given to me for free. Trump Mobile, their billing broke, so that's currently free. Smartless Mobile, I did one of their plans, $15. Google Voice is free. All in all, not bad. And if we do it, so $727 divided by 30 lines, $24 a line is my average cost. That's honestly not bad, but that's insane. Free lines. Google Fi, referral credits. Helium Mobile, they just have a free plan. Pronto Mobile, Klarna Mobile, those companies were kind enough to send me a line. Trump Mobile, their billing system broke for some reason, or they stopped charging me. I'm not going to ask questions about it. No one tell them, by the way. Don't tip them off. I'd like that to stay free. Everything else I am paying for. Google Voice is just also free for everyone. Yeah, actually saving quite a bit of money on that. We have a super chat coming in. Tailburst 3801. Is US Mobile Sweet Promo with multi-net the best value for priority plan? Coverage is no concern. What 2 networks are best features, better alternative priority plan? Yeah, I mean, I think US Mobile is going to be a great option for you, especially with their discount and promotion. Let's go ahead and I can share that screen back. So share screen, window. I want this looking thing. Share. Bam. So yeah, US Mobile, by the way, for you guys still here, US Mobile is launching a new deal. Here it is. The Sweet and Sweeter deal. And this is going live in 12 hours. So bright and breezy tomorrow morning at, what is that going to be? 11 a.m. Eastern. Seems like that's what they're into. And if you use promo code SWEETER119, you can buy unlimited starter, and then you'll get a prepaid card at activation, which is pretty nice. Or you can just get a sweet deal of $149 at checkout with code SWEET149. Unlimited Premium, they are doing a $211 These are very odd numbers. Who's doing the math over there? With code SWEETER179, or you can do $239 at checkout with code SWEET239. I actually don't understand what this is saying, to be honest with you. I should probably check on that. Because wouldn't you want to do the bigger deal? Or are they saying the service would be $149? And the service would be $239. Maybe that's what they're saying. Anyway, I'm a little bit confused. But either way, US Mobile on the AT&T network on unlimited premium is priority data. You can add a secondary network for $10 extra, and that is going to be a really, really good value. So I would definitely consider that. Yeah, these go live again in 12 hours. So definitely stay tuned. Hopefully, I think there is a link in the video description. So definitely check that out. Yeah. Can you give me a line? It turns out I am using the lines. So I'm doing the iPhone speed test video, quote unquote, doing the video. It's taking a bit of a back burner, a bit of a pause, but the idea is to test cellular connectivity, and it's so much easier having 5 lines at once, so I can go to a location and just test without having to transfer eSIMs. It's the way it is. I'll probably keep them active until the new Samsung phone comes out, and then hopefully just go on like a purge and cancel everything. I need to do that for sure. For sure. That's better than their Black Friday deal. It's different. It's different. I have my primary number, my work-owned work number, my 6 sequential phone numbers, personal work number, 3 numbers I got for free from T-Mobile, 2 numbers snoozed, and Google Voice. That makes sense. If you were a T-Mobile customer for a while and you started racking up those free lines, like, totally worth it. Totally worth it. Are all those numbers on eSIMs, or are any of them on physical SIMs? Google Fi is on a physical SIM. I actually have that in a cellular connected dash cam, if you can believe that. I have a physical SIM for Helium. I haven't activated it yet because I have to contact support to do that. But that is what I plan to put in the dash cam. I did activate, I have an Ultra Mobile line I forgot. So that'll be 31 lines. Yeah, that's nuts. I would say 90% of them are on eSIM. Actually, I think all the AT&T ones are on physical SIM right now, unless I'm mistaken. I put them all on physical SIM in my Pixel phones, but I need to switch them to my iPhone so I can test. So maybe I'll do that tonight. I'm on S21. Can someone give me an S26 Ultra? What's crazy is, the S21 is a fantastic phone, and you can find the S20, like, you can just get such a good deal. Here, I'll swing up back market for you. Just curious, what do you want to do? S24 Ultra? That's probably going to be the best. I think it's arguably a better phone too. Maybe not better phone, but way better value. Look, 520 bucks, like, nuts. 600 bucks for excellent. Like, say less. Their I think their photo is off, but they're just trying to show the condition. Yeah. Say less. That's fantastic. With this many numbers on T-Mobile's yearly upgrade plan, I can have the latest iPhone, Samsung, and Pixel every year. Tommy, that is awesome. I've thought about that strategy, and I like it. That is such a good strategy. Such a good strategy. Yeah, I was also thinking, like, what was I thinking? I could basically do one on, man, yeah, because you're on the yearly upgrade. That's how you can do it. I was thinking with AT&T or Verizon every 3 years, you just have to start, like, doing one phone 1 year, the next line the next year, the next line the next year, and do like Verizon, that's like the iPhone carrier. Then you do AT&T, that's like the Samsung carrier. Then do T-Mobile, that's like the Pixel carrier. And you can upgrade and get all the latest that way. But I think for me, it's still cheaper to buy the phones outright, especially if I eventually will be selling them. Hold me to that, you guys. So that's it. Vartan, did you get the iPhone Air? Yes, I have the iPhone Air. It's honestly, like, pretty good. From a cellular perspective, the Apple C1X, I really should make some more videos on it. But crazy thin, crazy light, super cool. Dang, it just feels so good. Maybe I should try and daily it once. I think the minor thing I ran into is I got the 512 gig 17 Pro for personal, and everything else is only 256. So I'd have to, like, figure out what data to offload. But yeah, it's the C1X modem is actually quite great. What's your favorite phone you own right now? I'm so biased towards iPhone, you guys. So it is my personal iPhone 17 Pro. I think I do wish I had gotten silver. I think the silver one just looks so nice and so clean. But I love the cameras. And the feel in hand of this device is incredible. It is just so good. The Pro Max, it's too big. That's my hot take. It's too big. The Pixel phones are good. Oh, also, one more thing while we're here. Let me see if I can just pop into this mode. Done. I want to turn off the like eye comfort shields. Perfect. I want my eyes to hurt. No, I just want it to show up on camera for you guys. So it's funny. I have a lamp right behind me, which looks, it's fine if my head blocks it. Looks a little awkward if it doesn't block it. But I film from an angle, and the angle I film at is better. This is a sneak preview for you guys. We are working on this crazy new feature for the Coverage Map app. You can see this all new button. Bam. Connection stats. How cool is that? How cool is that? So stay tuned to the Coverage Map application. It's going to be epic. It is going to be epic. Why is helium not covered as much in the community? Is it bad, or what separates it between visible mint, etc.? Funny you should ask. I actually did an interview this morning with Coco from Helium Mobile. She is the GM of Helium Mobile subscribers, and that will be going live next week on Monday for the live stream. It'll be a pre-recorded interview, but no, it's a fantastic service, and candidly, I just haven't gotten around to reviewing it. I gotta like make a productivity list and then start executing, which realistically will happen next year because, man, this year feels like it's already over. Yes, it will be Android only because Android is the only device that kind of gives us access to that cellular info. And what's really cool is you can start a test and you can also still pull it up and just see exactly what you're connected to. And you have the primary band, the secondary band, and then neighbor bands. That's what those mean. So we've been cooking. Voodoo, it's going to be huge. Another win for Android. Tommy, you're absolutely correct. Massive move and massive win for Android. It's Narad. Helium asks to track your every move. It turns out they have changed this, and now they are no longer requesting or needing your location anymore. Yeah. We will bring what we can to iPhone in terms of connection stats, but for everything we really want, it's going to be Android only, unfortunately. Yeah. What's the best plan you recommend for international travel? S.G. That would be US Mobile Unlimited Premium. A lot of people think Google Fi. Google Fi is great. I think US Mobile is a little bit better. Specifically, Unlimited Premium on T-Mobile. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So let's reset the filter. Let's go ahead and just do the regular price only because I don't want to deal with discounts. We'll do one line, and it'll be US Mobile Unlimited Premium. I have one more thing I also want to show you guys while we're here, and it is going to be the Lightspeed plan. So Lightspeed on, oh, maybe do I compare them? Yeah, I should probably compare them. So let's add to compare. Let's do Google Fi. Add to compare. What else do I want? T-Mobile, experience, more. That should be good. There she blows. Add to compare. Let's compare the plans now. Let's wait. Drum our fingers. Yeah, Mussy, it is an absolute royal pain in the ass to transfer eSIMs between phones. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes Verizon fails. I tried to move one Verizon line to a new iPhone, and they're like, oh, we're going to charge you a $35 activation fee. And I was like, heck no. And so I canceled that one. AT&T is a little bit of a hassle, but they have a website you can go to, and it's not too bad. Yeah, no. It sucks. Most of the time, iPhone to iPhone, I can just use the direct native built-in iPhone tool, and that mostly works, but sometimes it doesn't, and it sucks. Would you do an iPhone Air versus S25 Edge comparison? In terms of cellular performance? Or just in general? Probably not. Low-key, probably not. All right. Here is the best for international travel. Man, T-Mobile, going iPhone to Android or Android to iPhone, I find to be very challenging. That is the most painful process. iPhone to iPhone is seamless. I have not actually tried, candidly, Android to Android yet, so I should get on that. All right, back to international travel. And yeah, then there's also this other secret project I wanted to show you. Oh, hang on. International travel. So T-Mobile Experience More, great plan. International texting, 15 gigs in Canada and Mexico, 5 gigs in 215 countries. Honestly, great. That's all included for free, but the price is expensive, $85 per month. You drop down, you save $20 a month. Google Fi Unlimited Premium. International is arguably better. You get 100 gigs in Canada and Mexico. That's actually insane. What the heck? And 50 gigs in over 200 countries, which is also insane. Over 8 times, 10 times. Who's doing math here? Literally 10 times the data, which is technically over 9 times. But yeah, you get 10 times the international data. That's insane. Keep in mind, calls on T-Mobile, 25 cents a minute. Calls on Google Fi, 20 cents a minute. While abroad, texts are free. Again, 85, 65, 45. You save an extra $20 a month. US Mobile gives you 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico, still plenty of data. And you're getting 20 gigs in 197 countries. What's nice, US Mobile includes 200 minutes, 250 texts, and the 20 gigs of data. So I would say overall price to performance, I think it is the best, and that would be my particular choice. Again, specifically on the Lightspeed network, you need to activate on Lightspeed on that T-Mobile network. You can do the other networks, but the roaming will be different. Let me just slap that in here, and you can see AT&T. I actually think they might have updated this. What does US Mobile say for this? I want to give you the most accurate information and probably update my website. Just every week it's like, here's a live stream, and this is out of date. You guys are best. You keep me honest. You keep me honest here. All right. It's going to be plans. No, features international. Bam. You can see, yeah, Dark Star, AT&T, 110 destinations, 30 are data only. So that is actually probably not off. 110 minus 30, 80 countries effectively. Lightspeed, again, the 180 we already talked about, and Warp 125. So it'll be different based on networks, but I hope that is helpful. Yeah, Tommy, in general, probably not, unfortunately. Probably not. It is for someone else to do and for me to watch. All right, have the comments froze right now? New comments. Here we go. Yes, Nexus. Oh, Cirrus. If Mint is now showing 5G UC on my iPhone, would US Mobile have 5G UC as well? Yes, it absolutely would. US Mobile Lightspeed at least. Yep, absolutely. Dang. Another one. I'm gonna snag this for a screenshot for sure. Let's see this. I'll make my shocked face. Wait, where's the button to capture it? Those are always so funny. Wordna, 12345. You saved me $450. That is awesome. Happy to hear that. Thank you for your work and sharing. I went from 1 year of Boost Mobile paying for an unlocked iPhone to Visible's Black Friday $18 a month with hotspot. Thanks to you. That is incredible. That is incredible. How do you feel about the iPhone Air not having stereo sound? Candidly, I have not even used the speaker on it. I should actually probably switch to it as a daily phone. And rock that for a bit just to really get the experience. I will be honest, 9 times out of 10. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I wish there was a camera just peripherally watching me so they could pull up these kinds of stats. When I do a FaceTime call, I will sometimes use a speaker. My guess is the single speaker on the iPhone is going to be enough for that. Most times, I feel like I use headphones or I use my AirPod Pros for audio. That would likely alleviate the lack of stereo sound, at least for me. But yeah, I don't know. Just something about the college experience or being around other people. I live alone, so could throw everything on speaker, but I like having it just directly into the ear canals. So that's what I go for. One, two, three, four, five is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Andrew backwards. Interesting. I missed that. Interesting. US Mobile Lightspeed is awful. I compared it to my T-Mobile and speeds are way lower on US Mobile. Could be related to priority in your area. I'm saying this wrong. S.G. Stetson, that was really helpful. Thank you for all your help. You're most welcome. Yeah, iPhone Air is the classic Apple strategy of invent a problem and sell a solution, especially with the battery case. I mean, that is just like so silly. Yeah, no. It is fundamentally, I think, a really cool piece of hardware. Same with the S25 Edge. But practically, like, there's a reason my main phone is a 17 Pro. That's all I'm going to say. Do you think the Air not having 5G millimeter wave is noticeable? Not at all. My hot take, I think 5G millimeter wave is overrated when it comes to cellular connectivity on mobile devices. I don't think you need it. Realistically, Verizon is the only network that actually has it, and you might connect to it. And even if you are connected to it or in an area that has it, you're often in an area that gets 5G UW on C-band anyway, and C-band is often fast enough. So yeah, I think 5G ultra wideband, I don't think you need it. I don't think it's noticeable. As long as you're getting C-band, that mid-band spectrum, I think you're good. So there you go. Daniel's Tech Video. Stetson, I just got the Visible Plus deal for 26 months. I discovered I have CBRS in my area, so I can get 300 megabits per second on LTE inside my house. Maybe LTE is better than 5G. Daniel, it can be for some people in some scenarios. I do think for most people, 5G is better today. Yeah. Battery case, mono speaker, single camera. I just need the cameras. That's all I want. I want as many cameras as possible that are as good as possible in the smallest footprint possible. Simple as that. I actually kind of like having the beefier phone too. It's, I think it's easier to hold. So, yeah. Mussy saying, yeah, I think with AT&T, I've only connected to millimeter wave a couple of times, and that's only been within a couple of airports. Yeah, it's mostly at airports. I think the stadium in Denver has it. It could be fun for me to go out there and test that out, but yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, 5GW will still get 500 meg. Well, so 5GUW includes both millimeter wave and C-band. So it turns out the iPhone Air, even without millimeter wave, can still get 500 megabits per second, or up to, I think the fastest I've gotten on it has been like over 2,000 megabits per second on C-band, on that mid-band spectrum, or N41 on T-Mobile. Stetson, what's the Android news? I missed it. I don't know, Vartan. What is the Android news? I also missed it. Logan Airport has AT&T millimeter wave. I will be there soon. Maybe I'll try and find it. I have seen their some of their DAS setups in there. Ryan Geiger, 2344. What plan is your personal line on? My personal line is on US Mobile Unlimited Starter Warp. And the reason it is on Warp is because I like the Verizon network, and I haven't moved it for one reason. I like the end of the year, like, data usage wrapped that US Mobile sometimes does. Oh man, I just remembered I have a watch line on US Mobile that I need to cancel immediately because your boy is not using it. In fact, wasn't even able to activate it. So definitely need to get that fixed. All right, let's sign out. Let's sign in. I actually forget what my personal account is. Let me just hang on one second. Where's my 1Password? The other minor inconvenience with having multiple US Mobile accounts is, like, you try and sign in with one, and then here we go. And it like autofills the previous one you were just using, so that's a little tricky. Passwords. Okay, nice. US Mobile. Personal. Sign in. Okay. Wait for it to sign in. Boom. Where's the keyboard? There's no way for me to enter it. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Verifying. And we're in. We're into my own account. Perfect. Now we can go to my personal line. Let's turn off the night shift. And this is it. This right here is why I'm a US Mobile customer. It's just for the the data usage analytics, which looks like it's overexposed. So let's bring that down. Oh, it's probably because I have auto brightness on. So the phone's like, oh my God, there's a massive light there. There is a massive light there. But yeah, it's to have those data usage analytics. I absolutely I love it. It's so nice. I think it'll be a year in review at some point. I should message the team and be like, yo, where's my year in review? That's why I'm here. If they get rid of that, I'll probably switch immediately. Yeah. I am a bit of a hacker. What can I say? It really helps when you know the username and password. That is definitely a head start there. Fastest C-band I've tested is AT&T 1,459 megabits per second and 124 upload. Musty, that is crazy. Fastest I've seen here in Longmont, we got to manually fly in, pull it up, bam. Longmont is just nuts. It is nuts. So this is all T-Mobile N41, literally 1,500 megabits per second, like insane. Oh, 1,807 megabits per second. That is nuts. That is nuts. And if we pop this over to Verizon, 1,600, 1,200, here we go, 2,498. That's C-band. That is all C-band. It is just wild. And I think up here is also fast area. Yeah, 2,212. It is just so nuts. It is so nuts. Fastest speed I've gotten on T-Mobile without millimeter wave is here in Longmont. It was, this is all probably mostly me. I think this 1,807 megabits per second. That is the fastest I've gotten on T-Mobile. No millimeter wave. Fastest I saw in New York, 2,400 megabits per second. That is also insane. US Mobile's Warp Premium or Visible Plus Pro, which one is better? Really depends. I would say, I've done this so many times. I think I should do a video on it because so many people ask about it. To keep it simple, I think Visible has better hotspot. It has better video streaming quality. And it's got, I guess they both have the free watch line. Different international. US Mobile, you get probably a better mobile app, arguably. You can add multiple networks for coverage. US Mobile has tablet support, so if you need a tablet, grab that. And both are premium data, so yeah, it kind of comes down to preference. Yeah, Mussy, you're absolutely correct. That's why I think millimeter wave is overrated. For a mobile user on your phone, there's like no difference, I don't think. So, yeah. Would you recommend Visible or AT&T? Good for a new 17 Pro Max, no upfront payment, rather monthly and auto pay. Visible $60 total on Visible Plus. AT&T $52 total on Value Plus. Many factors to consider. Minute due to, I feel like I said that incorrectly, but I personally would go Visible all day, every day. The Value Plus plan from AT&T is simply not a good plan. And with Visible, you can finance through a firm if you wanted to. And that's, you know, an approach. You can finance directly through Apple. I probably would do that and then go with Visible as well. That's actually what I did with my phone. This is financed through Apple with Apple Card, but you can also do it without Apple Card if you don't have it. So I hope that's helpful. All right, guys, we've been going for 2.5 hours here, and US Mobile premium video on Warp is capped at 4 megabits per second. Kevin, fantastic point. This is back to that US Mobile versus Visible thing. Again, Visible Plus Pro, you're getting better video streaming quality, up to 4K on 5G ultra wideband, up to 1080p, 8 megabits per second on 1080p, or excuse me, on 5G nationwide and LTE. So really good point. Anyway, I think I'm going to call the stream here. You guys are incredible. I'm tired. And, but yeah, absolutely love talking cell coverage with you guys. Hopefully you found this helpful, figured out what network was best in your area. Again, go ahead, check out the coverage map website to see what network is best in your area. I'll throw this in the chat right now. Don't miss it. Download our free mobile app. And if you run a test on the app, you will be participating in the leaderboard and helping to build out a crowdsourced network in your area. So download the app. It's completely free. Download it now. I appreciate you. If there was a question I missed, throw it in the comments after this live stream ends, and I will see what I can do to get back to you guys. But I think that's going to be it. Yeah. Download the app, check it out, like, comment, subscribe, share this with one friend if you found it helpful. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful week again and a wonderful holiday. It's almost the holiday season. I'm so excited. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. All right. Bye, guys.